be the journey. It concerns me how we let the youths live. It's down to us to change how the youths think. More powers in my genes like my dick big. I'm strong like a lion, I can roar and just rip shit.
Welcome to Real Talk Halo TV though. Obviously shot by my brother up in the front. Street education, Tico, like I said before, shouting. It's a good look, it's a big look. So today we're gonna do the same thing we've done before, keeping it the carting, keeping it moving. We're gonna go pick someone up right now, and then we're gonna get into the program of what's really going on. So good to have you people here with me. I've got some people that's on, there's an app called Bigo, if people don't know, there's an app called Bigo, and I've got some of my people that I'm close to on Bigo, I've got a kind of relationship with, and at some point they're going to be asking questions as well from like the audience perspective. See what I'm saying? So for now we're just going to keep it moving anyway. Right, welcome back. As I said, we're just going to go and grab a man real quick. I mean, I feel like this is very important that I had to do this, so you know, I had to make it happen. My brother, my guy, Romez, you get me? Yes, come on. It's been a long time within itself, but obviously people that know us might have seen us in through other waves, music or whatever, but we here now. Let's, you know, take it from here. Here now. So yeah, more time. Obviously, the reason I started this is to put out my little side of the aspect of the story. Same way like I sent you the thing, you get me ready seeing the thing on the side. I know that there's some people that man can communicate with and link with, but man link with everyone differently, innit? So how I know someone else and what they think of me might be different from how I know you or what you think of me. You know where I'm coming from? So I thought, alright, cool, let me go around to the people that I know and see how we link. Some people are not good in front of the camera, and some people don't really want to be in front of the camera at all. You know what I mean? But I know from past history with you, our energy is good. So I don't doubt that this is probably going to be one of the longest ones that we do. You get me? So, yeah, with all that said though, still, well, go on though, family, what are you telling me?
I'm good, you know. Just, you got me getting on with life.
So it goes.
Trying to, you know, keep it positive. You got it. So that's it, man. As long as it's positive, you got me. It's all good, it's all blessed. So
come on.
that's what I'm trying to be dealing with right now. So yeah, man.
Come on.
But what you saying? You saying how we come across?
Yeah, obviously, fam, life is life. Like you said, obviously, you know, we're at this stage of positivity now.
Okay.
You know, me, myself, you, yourself, we're at this stage of positivity now, but we wasn't there before. You see what I'm saying? So within that, yeah, let's start off, I suppose, on how we come across it and how we built our relationship. Because I know there's things you're going to want to know and ask. And the same thing that might be working for me in my head, like, raw, I want to ask you this question, or I want to know that question. You get where I'm coming from? The only difference is, one, we're in front of cameras, and two, there's questions I probably won't ask you like how you ask me. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah. Well, it depends what aspect. Like, we had a little speak on the phone over there, didn't we? Similar aspects.
Facts.
To like obviously what we spoke about, but obviously we're gonna enlighten this then, innit? Basically, obviously I've used to do music with obviously your people,
Facts, yeah.
if I'm correct.
Yeah, facts.
Dubs, you know what I'm saying? Obviously certain people around your people, shall I say? Obviously, I'm already doing my little musical journey with obviously Sir Dubs.
Yeah.
Obviously don't personally know him before this musical journey, but me and Dubs are linked through music, you see what I'm saying? Then obviously around that comes, you've got man them who Dubs associated with, man them I've associated with, and obviously Dubs deals with Nottingham. Like, you see me? Like you're saying, it's like what people have heard of you or about you and what you get what I'm saying? You've known me for obviously what I've known you for, because I've just known you for good energy. You get what I'm saying? No matter what stories you've known, or what stories I've heard, or what stories you've heard of me. You get what I'm saying? Man, I just dealt with good energies.
Yeah, facts, but, natural.
Yeah, man, I'm a man I deal with Nottingham. Do you get what I'm saying? Even though at the time I wasn't in that seat, because I was just, you know, basically like I'm saying, in them times, man was going through certain times of postcode wars and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Certain things growing up, how it
go into certain studios where they're dealing with Nottingham, where bare areas are going there. It's a bit sticky. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got me. You gotta be about your thing, or you got to be. You got me. You got to be. You gotta have a backbone, bro.
Facts.
There's gonna be everyone coming from everywhere, and if you've got certain things going off, you don't know who could be turning up or who could be telling
what's going on.
Anyone that you're there, or vice versa. Man. So
come on.
You see me. Even the other day, I spoke to somebody in town. He's come up to me. He's on about rooms, this, that, this, all these stories and this, that. And I'm like, yo, and he's on about every time me and you book, it's just this good energy, but it's not the same what I hear about you. But I've never seen that. You know what I'm saying? It's always me and you always been blessed and this, and it's nothing but love. Anytime you need me, this and that, I'm there. But I'm not at that stage where, you got me. I was just thinking, I don't really need you got me. No one for none of the fuckers on. You got me. But what I'm trying to say with that is, I'm always me. You know what I'm saying? I don't pretend to be somebody
that you're not.
You get where I'm coming from? I don't pretend to be a bad man. I don't pretend to be a rude boy. I don't pretend to be I just be me.
Yes, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So people might hear some stories where this and that's going in, or this picture's been painted, or that picture's been painted, and I come across as either whatever category people want to put me in. Either Romez is a rude boy, or Romez is or he's not a guy to mess around with.
Whatever is good for them.
With, or he's not good. Whatever category people want to put, until they meet that person for a person, innit? But like I'm saying, to cut all that short, I'm always been me, innit? I don't go out there to impress nobody. I'm not trying to get no stripes off nobody. I've always been me. So when people meet me, they meet me. They rock up me. You got me? So when it comes to the studio, dubs and them things there, I've always just been me. Like, even if man them around me, or I've grown up in an environment where man have had certain postcode war with certain other areas, and I've heard of certain names and whatnot, that don't faze me. I don't know that person. People might have told me hundreds of stories. But when I meet that person, I'll meet that person, innit? And I will take my judgment. You see where I'm coming from? So, when it comes to that, studio dubs, meeting new people, I've always been humble. So I've never had problems with meeting new people. I've never put on a bad man persona. I've never been in a room where I'm in a room with man there from the other ends and I'm going on like I'm a bad man for them, or trying to bully man, or I've never done that.
Facts.
So that's how me and most man them who have bumped into me across on my path,
that's how
personally have connected. You know what I'm saying? So on that path, it comes obviously you on that path, innit? So I've always just been myself, and I believe you're a man that you've always been yourself, even though obviously you're not originally from Nottingham, and people could say, "Oh, my man's from there, my man's on this, and my man's on." I'm a man. I'm all about.
Let me see
myself, and basically, love's come first. You get what I'm saying?
Facts,
unless a man disrespects me or disrespects my thing personally, then you get what I'm saying. But me, it's love's comes first still. So me and you have never had no issues. You get what I'm saying?
Come on.
And I seen you as obviously. I didn't really know you, bruv. You're just obviously somebody who you're from London, innit? So to me, when you come into Nottingham, you're just obviously somebody from London. Not in a disrespectful way.
Facts.
So.
Because you know it's out of town, it's never around the corner. Like,
around dubs, you dubs as people, you got me, there's no issues, so. Yeah, man, you do music. So, yeah, man, that's how I obviously bumped across you, and obviously why I've felt I connected you in a way, or you've looked at me in a way of being humble or being a good person, because I've always been myself, so I always want people to know that.
Do
you know what I'm saying? You know, like, you have to be yourself, bro, from the start to the finish, G.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Only right. Facts. Yeah, we made some bangers, because this is when I first met you. Like, these, you're talking Dubs days. We made some bangers, definitely. And I felt these times, I didn't really know much man them out of certain areas. You get where I'm coming from? Like you, I keep myself to myself. So I was a person to naturally just say, boy, unless I've seen from my own eyes or I've spoken to a person, I don't really care what someone else is going to say. You know what I'm saying? There's difference when a person warned you about someone, like, yo, I'm warning you because I'm your people and I'm saying rare. Even then, I'm still always been a person to tell people, like, yo, listen, let me find out for myself.
Remember,
you see what I'm saying?
Obviously, not to obviously make people forget what go on. We in the times of postcode wars. Do you know what I'm saying? Where certain areas don't fuck with other areas, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? So, for man to be in there with other areas and just be on a humble thing or whatever, it's you know what I'm saying? It's kind of them times. It's a very rare thing unless you're a real guy. You know what I'm saying? Who's very. Not on that phase, man.
No,
like, man can't move man from this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
facts.
man know what they're about. Obviously, the man them who are real come to the studio, they know what they're about. Do you know what I'm saying? So, really, it's all about, like I'm saying, those.
But you have to remember,
and judge man for their judgment. So, like,
facts.
let's go back to it.
But you have to remember
saying.
at the same time, yeah. Like,
I'm just giving them a
obviously-
mind that obviously. By us two coming across, you're around people that don't need to feel me.
Yeah,
Do
facts.
you get what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
That's natural. That's a natural fact in life, though, and that's why, like, remember, I'm not from here, so if I'm in an area or a place and a man telling me I don't like my man or and then especially telling me, oh, he's from that side, I don't care, bruv. Get me? Like,
and obviously
I'm still walking around alive, because obviously when I first came to Nuts, a lot of people didn't know, but Blue Banny was what I used to rep from young. You get me? Blue's my colour. I love blue, fam. So I'm always, you majority of the times you see me in blue or something blue. So I didn't even take into this whole waters, because I was living in Ville when I first came in. Get me? And then I moved to Top V. Get me? So I've moved around. I feel like Mez was like the second to last place I actually went to at the ends in Nuts. So everywhere I've moved around, I've always carried a blue bandana. For people in Nottingham, I'm like, who's that you? Those always round with a blue. That's how their mentality must have been until they hear me speak. Oh, he's a London you. All right, cool. Allow him. He's not really with the. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So, to me, Dubs told me from day, because when I met Dubs, it was through Spider, innit? So obviously I went with the man them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I went up there, boom. To me, it's like, I know, as even though these are my man, them people that I'm living and growing up around and them things there, I know still to myself, I'm an individual. Do you get where I'm coming from? So the minute I got up there and we're doing our thing, obviously my man said, yeah, Dubs, why don't you work with him? Work with Halo and Rare Tear and Rare. Like, I see a lot that he can do, but you need to bring it out and Rare. Cool. From that moment there, I said to Dubs, you know what? I don't mind. If you got a session, and let's say I drop by to get some weed or something, or you shout me and you say, yo, come true because these people don't mind you being here, I'm on it. You get where I'm coming from? Like, don't ever feel like, because what I noticed at them times there, like you said, postcode wars, you get where I'm coming from? So I'm noticing at this point there, and I'm seeing how a man rushing man out the house, so next man can come in, and I had to let him know, even though, yeah, I'm with these man, these are the man them, but if a man from the other side or a man from over there come in here and they like, oh, yo, that Halo guy, I want him on the track, call me, bruv. You know where I'm coming from?
So obviously, you're saying you're not making no postcode situations hold you down from interlinking musically with any other artists.
Facts, innit?
Basically.
Facts, innit? And I remember when you came to like the studio session, because I feel like that studio session was your studio session. End of, and it was you and Benny, innit? You know what I mean? And boom, obviously, I don't know if you lot called for me or Dubs just knew I'm coming at this time anyway because it was meant to be our session. And it's like, boom, I remember meeting you. Now, the difference with you, the energy I picked up from was I already knew who you was. But when I came in there, I don't know if I expected you to know who I was. Do you get where I'm coming from? So when I've come in there and I'm jamming and, yo, you got weed? Bill one up, man. I'm out talking in a minute. I started thinking, hey, I heard certain things about my man before. You get me? But now I'm thinking, I'm glad I'm here, you know, because what I've heard, this goes against what I've heard. You get where I'm coming from? And I'm always a person, because I got split personality, there's two sides to me. Three really, but two sides to me.
Yeah.
It's either love or no doubt it's going to be violence. You see what I'm saying? So, like, seeing that, I'm happier as a happy person. I'm happier loving because it's a good energy. When you're violent and you're angry, bruv, that's a mad energy. Weighs you down, sucks you up. You get me? Like, that's a mad energy to have. So, I love the happy thing. So when I'm being around a man, I'm thinking, no, I can actually be around him.
Man, them were telling you to be wary of, like, yo, you need to look sharp with them bass shoes or whatnot. Yeah. And then obviously you've come in the lab. Obviously you've seen man, a man are just like, hey, I order you, yo, bam.
Facts.
What? You got a drink? No, or whatever. Yeah, pour that. You got to say it, like.
Facts.
Open arm vibe. You got to say it. So.
And these time, more time, what? It weren't long before, boom. You've been setting the session for a while. You told man, yeah, you had a regiment that's got a DJ little thing, like he's a little DJ, got his yard, little flat or whatever. Come round, man, make some music, blah, blah, blah. I was like, rare. In my head, yeah, because of the energy that I felt, I say, yeah, I'm down for this. I didn't think, no, it could be what people have told me before. Yo, be careful, man might try to set you up. It could have been that. But the energy that I felt, I didn't feel like or know that it was that. Do you get where I'm coming from? So then, when man went down and linked you, it's like, okay, I can see from the outside now, living outside London, even the mentality of why people have that even in a bigger city like London. Do you get where I'm coming from? People's little issues with whatever someone thinks, most people don't approach someone and say, yo, and want to get to know them. They go off what they hear and then that's,
and
you get where I'm coming
judging
from?
them from what they've heard.
Cool.
Or they start moving a certain way around them.
Cool.
Because they've heard certain things, so that's their expectations now, innit? You know what I'm saying? Or if they've heard my man's a robber or my man's, so man are just going to be fully on the guard or fully wary or, do you know one of them ones, like, you're not going to be open with that person, are you? You know what I'm saying? So you've already judged that person before you met him. And when you do met him, you're not even going to be open with them. Because you've already made, you got to say it. So you've gained, you got me, this trust gained also, and then you've already still got them judgment force until you meet that person yourself. That's what it boils down to, bro.
Facts.
But obviously, them times, man was doing their music journey. Obviously, man are born and bred in Nottingham, so we was already doing our thing when kind of you've come and seen in the picture. But yeah, man, like, you see me, I'm a man, I think to myself, what if I was in a circumstance, or what if I had to, just say something happened, Jen, and I had to move to London, or I had to move to Brom. Like, how would I like to be dealt with when I'm there? You know what I'm saying? Or you don't even know what's around the corner. Do you know what I'm saying? So when people come around me, or I'm around certain people, even if they're from Nuts or not from Nuts, I show man meant to be comfortable. So I don't. It's not from Nuts, or you're not from Nuts. I don't even need to know what you're going through. You might have wads in your pocket, you might not have wads in your pocket. I don't know that, bro. But all I know, if I'm doing something, I want you to be doing so. I don't want man to be sitting there and obviously man feeling like I'm saying, I don't know what your circumstances. You might not even have 1 pence in your pocket, bro. You might be sitting in a room with man them, you've got no piff and you smoke weed, bro. And you're sitting there and you got no drink and you see what I'm saying? You're sitting there dry. And you're not even in your own town. It's not like you can go out and make some, you can't, bruv. So, all I see them things is this, like, bro, I don't forget about that man in the corner, bruv.
Mm.
Because one day I could be that man in the corner, not in my own town, or having to be in London or whatever, and then I might see that same guy who I looked after when he was in Nottingham, and he's going to think, wow, do you know what? When I was in this town, he looked... So it's only going to be right for him to show me the love back. I'm not expecting the what. That's what naturally happens, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
Facts.
If man can't, obviously... Like I'm saying, it's not even the thing that man are looking it back because everyone's in a different seat, but that's how I see myself, bro. I could be in that circumstance where I'm living in another town, sitting there, ain't got nothing going on, I don't really know no one in the room. Do you get what I'm saying? So I try and make everyone feel comfortable, bro, because I always try and put myself in that shoes, or you get what I'm saying? I don't forget where I come from, bro.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not, like I'm saying, I've always been myself, so probably this day and age, you'd have man in the room on some rude boy gangster shit and trying to fucking antagonise that guy in the corner or take the piss out of that guy in the... No, but I've never been that guy. I've probably been that guy in the corner, true. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, no, man, fuck that. You rolling or... Just say that we're rolling out 4 or 5 cars and there's a man who don't even really know the man, he's just on the fence, he don't even know which car's jumping. I say, no man, fuck that, jump in this car, jump in. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't like to be in that seat, bruv, and I know what that feeling feels like to be in that seat, so I wouldn't want man to be. So yeah, man, that's the input back.
Of course.
So it's the same with you, man. When obviously we're linked in that session, I don't personally really know you them times, but I make man feel a little bit welcome, innit? Like, because you never know, I might bump into you one day in London, and yeah, man, that's Romez. Yeah, man, he's a good brother. You got me? Bam, bam, and obviously you get the love back, innit? So.
Facts. Facts.
But yeah, man, apart from that, I was kind of doing my thing, and obviously true, you was a music man yourself, coming from obviously a different background, obviously from London and whatnot. It's good to interlink in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because obviously you got your little fan base from wherever you come from in your journey, and I've got mine. So features and interlink, I'm always on that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was only right that obviously we linked up and we done a tune them times, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Like that. You see what I'm saying? A long way. That was what, 213, 214, 212, if that.
Couple tunes.
So I'm saying, a long way from that. But as
and then
people though,
videos
as people though, naturally away from the music, because that's when I started to see that as a person you was building, and you weren't just building you were building others around you. You know what I mean? You're the mentality and the movement that you was on. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, through that, I started seeing there's other people out there that was on the same thing. You get where I'm coming from? So when, like, you said earlier on, when we was talking, like, yeah, boom, you have to remember your journey from when you was in Trinidad till you come to England, to London, and grow up. It was the same type of energy. You see what I'm saying? But it's different because London's so big. Like, I lived in North, I lived in East. You see what I'm saying? Before I moved to Northwest, before I moved out of London. You know what I'm saying? So I've been around, but when I say it's so big, like, East in itself is big. Yeah. I've never been the person to have to pick up the postcode thing because I got a bridging in E10, I got a bridging in E5, I got a bridging in E11. Unless you're willing to kill me, you ain't stopping me from going to see my friends.
So you've never been orientated around it?
Nah.
This is what I'm saying. By them times you've come down, it's already been going off. We're in a different town. It's a small town. Do you know what I'm saying? It's already going off from ends to ends. Do you know what I'm saying? From ends to ends, everyone obviously is so caught on their thing. And obviously, man can't come around certain man's patches and try and make money, and vice versa.
Facts.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because that's what it kind of always boils down to as well, you get what I'm saying? But on that note, through the postcode territorial kind of stuff, man was always like, didn't really want to fuck with other man them. See what I'm saying? But that's what I'm like. Certain man was, what should I say? What's the word to it? They didn't want to be the goat. See what I'm saying? Enough man of sheep's like the followers, innit? They don't want to be the self, innit? They didn't want to be the goat and take them steps to either do a interlink tune with either a bass man or a raddy man or a raddy man doing a tune with a real man. I don't even think them tunes even, do you get what I'm saying?
Facts,
do they even exist till today? Like when we think about it. Like is he a raddy and a real man tune? Do you get what I'm saying? Like them little things there, like when man are doing them things, man are feeling the turning the back on the ends or man are selling out, you get what I'm saying? Because that's what it was, bro. It's serious war, but man ain't gonna be doing no tunes with no pagans or, do you get what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's what it was. When you're in there, that's the mentality, the thing in it. Do you know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna be the one to be the outcast. Go back to your ends and man's you got an brother. But you see me all the way through. Like I said, I've always been myself. So me, I've never had a problem with being myself. Because like I'm saying, half of these men are sheep. So half of these men are running around on this sheep thing. On this bad boy thing, like remember I've done bad boy things and I'm not even trying to be a bad boy and I'm not even trying to be a rude boy. But if people say, yo, Romez has done this and Romez has done that, you think, yo, my man must be a rude boy or something, or you get what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, the real man them never wanted to be a rude boy, never wanted to be a bad boy, bro. They've done certain things through certain circumstances.
Yeah.
But certain man around me, they was probably living it different. So you get where I'm coming from? Yeah, man.
No, facts.
That's how I see it still. So, I don't really want to lose the point. Yeah.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah.
And that's like see, because for, don't get me wrong, man was never a part of it, but I lived in it. You get where I'm coming from? Like I said, I'm from East.
Yeah,
I'm
so
going
that's
to,
where I started. That's where I got. So the postcode, like I'm saying, certain man, yeah, they're just an act. So you see the act, the image, that's the thing they're gonna put on. That's the thing that they don't want to break. Yeah, so I'm not living the act. So I can rather go to Dubs knowing I'm from base and do what I want. Because I'm not trying to paint pictures for no one. I'm not acting. I'm not trying to impress no one or do no stripes. That's why I've got tunes with certain man.
Yeah.
In bare different. I done a tune with what Ville, Slenton, Meadows, all on one tune. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's trying to show man, yo, bro, I'm not trying to hold no barriers in this thing, bro. Like I'm myself, bro. Like I would do a tune with Meadows man, Ville man, Raddy man. It is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, through the times it took man to build the selves, to take certain deeper steps through more lions and bigger things to do certain tunes to over. You know what I'm saying? Because that war was deep. So man won't quickly, like I'm saying, them being a postcode times, man won't quick to do wars, man won't quick to do tunes and interlink. Like you're saying, Dubs has to follow man. And when man are coming, certain you probably have to sneak man out the studio knowing that he has to know when he's picking his slots and who's coming on them slots. Because you don't want certain man to bump into certain man. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I've always never had a barrier. You know what I'm saying? Because if I did have the barrier, then me and you would have never interlinked, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Today. We would have never, me and you wouldn't be sitting in this car today. And that's the truth of the car. You was these times, I got nothing against, like I'm saying, no ends in knots. Like it goes to show through my music, through people linking me. You know what I'm saying? Even me meeting like man like Spider and whatnot. I remember I've originally grown up in Ville. So everyone in Ville was automatically there. Meadows is the opposite. You know what I'm saying? So every Meadows man I've ever met in my life, I've bonded with. It's been, bruv, we're bonded, bruv.
Facts.
There's never been no issues. You know what I'm saying? So even Spider knows that. I didn't even want to bring no names into him, but it's mad love for them man there. And obviously I know it's vice versa because that's all it's been. So that's why me and certain man have linked and broke them barriers, bruv. And that's how we've linked today, bruv. Because enough man told, like me, really not to fuck with man like you as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Because either you're not good for business or whatnot, but I don't know what go on in your story, obviously, at your side when you was down them sides. Do you know what I'm saying? But I know you was down them sides for a bit, and then you wasn't down them sides. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm a man from the roads, bruv. So if a man's in the team for a bit, then he's not in the bit, then he's not in the team. Then what's going on? What's he done? Is he done something wrong? Is he sold out the team? Is my man come from London and done something sneaker? Do you know what I'm saying? But I've never judged you, bruv. I've never even judged you, bruv. Even though man could have sat down and thought, yo, cause my man's not around there, cause my man's not fucking. Man could have not fucked with you and said, fuck my man. My man's a snake, cause if my man's already snake type man them around him, man's not coming around man to, you know where I'm coming from. But I've never, ever judged anybody's stories. I always come with who I meet as a person, brother. Cause cool, you could bully certain man. Enough man could come up to me and say, yo, don't fuck with Ada, we will rob you, this and bruv. That's because you will get bullied. Do you know what I'm saying? That's because you're his victim. But that's why I don't judge man until I've met them, because I'm not that. I might not be his victim, bruv. I might be his best friend. You've met that guy, and that's the relationship you've got with him, bruv. So that's why I never judge man's stories. I don't take man's stories. I don't look at a picture and try and paint a picture. Mine and your energy is always
the
been
mentality.
straight, bruv.
See, I understand that because, like I said, I've lived it. I've done that. So the mentality of the whole looking at person from the outskirts and trying to judge them, that's trying to be safe. Like you're trying to keep you don't want to really let no one in. But there is situations where you can exactly, because if you afford to let someone in, right?
No one can come in the ends,
from that aspect,
that could be a wrong move.
Facts, but from that aspect, at the same time though, that is for me, that's always shown fear. You see what I'm saying? Because I face it, there's only a few people in Knots that know really my story. I left London because after I come out of jail, my cousin was killed. You see what I'm saying? So really and truly, I said to myself, yo, I know the life, I've lived it, I'm living it. So what else do I want to do? Whatever else have I experienced? Have I got kids? Like, do I know the family life or do I know the road life? You get me? So I had to make my mind up and say, yo, this is what I want to do. This is what I need to do. I had no team that anyone can say I snitched on or I did bad or did dirty. The history of my people, who I was linked to, stands for itself. Like, I lived a certain life. I've never been involved in the streets. I lived a sort of life that you call controlled. You see what I'm saying? From the minute I broke away from my house as a youth, 13, 14, 15, running away with friends from east that we go up to and travel to northwest and so, you get me, move around, and that's how man start to get the knowledge of who I was really. But at the same time, I'm
talking about obviously our times. You get me? Obviously it was interlinking, but I'm talking about from the times you landed in Meadows. That's when like I first heard of ALO. Like, I didn't even know of you before that, bruv. When you landed in Meadows, and then you started doing, you done a video. Yeah. You was in a video.
Yeah.
So then, bam, I didn't even prove you was then. Yeah. So I'm thinking, bro, I didn't even, because obviously there's certain man in certain areas that they don't come out of here. So certain man we've never seen certain man. So I think, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just probably someone from down Meadows who I don't know, innit? So it's until you've come to Dubs's, bruv. And then obviously you're around a bit and realising you're from London and we're here. But when I'm seeing you in the videos on the Meadows thing, remember, them times it's postcode. Them times it's, even though me in that area I forgot no saga, you saw love.
Yeah.
It's postcode war times. You win a video and you're flagging.
Yeah.
And you with bare cheese, G.
Yeah.
So that's the time I'm judging you from. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, okay, then cool. So then how comes you're not fucking with them man no more? How comes you're now not in that area no more?
Okay.
So then I'm thinking, shall I even fuck with this guy? Shall I even work with this guy? Shall I even do a tune with this guy? Because for him to be in that circle and not be in that circle no more, I'm thinking, right, this something ain't good here, bro. So, like I'm saying to you, I've never judged you through stories, through pictures, through nothing. I'm not. I still link, we still done how many tunes, we done videos. That's what I'm saying, but like I'm saying, I've never judged people through no stories or no pictures. I've always took you for the energy you had from me.
That's funny.
Because I don't know the circumstances.
Check it. I don't know if you broke it down. That was like, I've been in Nuts since 2005. Deep it. And the first place that I went to when I was living in Nuts was in Ville. Deep it. You see what I'm saying? So, I've moved around. Like I said, Meds was the second to last place. Now, when man talk about the video and the people that was around me, like I said, the blue flag thing,
From then, you're known as Meadows then. From then, you're known as Meadows.
Yeah, the blue flag is always me anyway, yeah? So, boom. When man said there's bare G's around him, you know, I only know like 2 or 3 of these, you know?
Yeah, but you've already painted the picture. You gotta say, we can't explain that.
Right, but I know I'm linked to Ville at that time. You get me? So when you say certain man don't go town, you're right. But I was. You know what I mean? Because I've already been around, think about it, deep it, I've already been around Nuts before I even came here. Get me? I've lived in Raddy. Well, where I start from Ville. Ville. Went to Top V. Went to Raddy. Meds and then Clifton. You get me? No, Clifton and then Meds. Yeah, like in that order, in the sense of that's when I linked my BMO, my first BMO. So I'm saying my daughter was born in 2009 and she got the house in Meds, so we moved to Meds. Now, I don't really know no one from down this side. I know when I was living in Ville, I lived on Chase for a bit, like top of Chase and like mid Chase or something around there. We don't really want to call no names, but living with a mixed race girl, butch, everyone knows it, you get me? So, boom, I got moved to Mansfield Road. Get me? I was living in a hostel, Mansfield Road, 210. You know? That's when that's how I really started to know people. You see what I'm saying? When I first came here, I was living in the Salvation Army. Get me? It's that deep. You know, I was living in the Salvation Army. I didn't know no one. It's the new brand fucking city, fam. I don't know. You get where I'm coming from? So that was my first connection.
From the bottom, you know?
Cool. And that was my first connection with anyone.
What, you come over, what? You had nothing? Like, no, you didn't know one person?
I didn't know squat diddly, jack diddly. Do you know what? I wasn't even meant to come here. I was meant to go Leicester.
Okay, so how did you end up in Nuts?
When I left, because I fell asleep on the train.
Whoa.
And I thought, I can get contact to go back. You get me? But obviously I've left platform, you know, like going towards Med, you know, the big, the old parking structure that they're doing up now. Look run down as hell, so I've just gone and put a couple bags down and thought it's evening time. Let me go and, first place I hit was town. Walking around town thinking, wow, where the fuck, like, okay, this is looking like, so I know where to come back tomorrow. So the first night means I'm homeless, you know, my guy. And I got here on a Friday. Deep it. Get me? That's where I'm coming from.
That's some real, that's, yeah.
So, obviously, I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm on the phone to family and friends, and they're like, just do this and do that and do that. But I'm a person, I've always wanted to feel myself, and I've always felt in life that God's with me. Because, remember, I come from Trinidad, so boy, what the fuck have I got to fear? See what I'm saying? God's with me, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take the chance. I'm here. Fuck it. I'm going now. You get me? That's what.
You come from a hardcore circumstance. By you being here, you take that as a blessing.
Come on.
And then you just think, yo, let me just ride the strides and see what comes out. Because right now you're in a better circumstance.
All right then. You get me? So, boom. When I did find the place, Salvation Army, they're talking about, yeah, you have to come in for interview. And that's next week now. It's a Friday.
Sheesh, just to get a bed.
Cool. Get me? So I've had to go hotel and do the hotel for 2-3 nights. Get me? Then they're talking about interview, talking about, oh, boom, we ain't got nowhere yet. It'll take like about another 2 weeks. I was homeless for 2 weeks. You know, opposite the Salvation Army, they used to have like the relic buildings. I used to go put my bags in there, fam. See what I'm saying? At this point, I had just met someone, one you, and Whitey, Chris. And obviously, he used to take me to we used to bum weed together. That's how I met him. I had some herbs when I come down, get me? So, like, he used to take me to around where his girl's house was. Man, shower and clean up and them things there. But I was still sleeping in the relative. Raining, and I got to move my shit to one corner to get where I'm coming from. But I know the struggle was making me at the same time.
That's what, when your back's against the wall.
Cool, innit?
You always find a way out somehow.
Alright, get me? So, obviously, many times I thought to myself, fuck that, I'm just going to go home. And obviously, I spoke to family and they're like, no, you're doing what you're meant to do in a rare, like, you see the death in jail and blah, blah, and you get me? You don't really want to hear all that shit, that. So, fuck it, innit, whatever it. I did my thing, made my thing. I managed to get a phone call a bit earlier than the 2 weeks, and they said, come through for interview. Went through, said, boom, yeah, got a place. Get me? I met a youth called KC. He's from Ville. You know what I'm saying? Then I met get me? Man met people, innit? It's mad because one of the people that I met back then, I later on started doing like music with him. And he was a big singer. He's hard. You know what I'm saying? So
I think I might know who you're on about. Is it black you?
Yeah, of course. You definitely know about
big side, yeah, very true.
Get me? So boom, like I thought, you know what? I felt like I was in the right frame of mind to make a difference and show a different picture than I've seen and I've been through growing up, coming through London. Not just from London, coming through London. Do you see what I'm saying?
You know what? Let me just stop you on that, yeah? It's mad how you just, like, you didn't even know you was coming to Nuts. Man's on the train, yeah? Man didn't even know he was coming to Nuts. Like, man's aiming to Leicester. What happened? You fell asleep? And then he's in Nuts. So, like, you see me, like, I don't even know. Like, man's talking about fill out applications to get a bed, you're gonna wait a week. Like, I don't even know. Would you have got off and kept it moving? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, got on a train. Like, it's not your time. Like, what made you stay here?
Right.
Like,
so check it. My link from Leicester, I met him in jail. You get where I'm coming from?
Okay.
So I'm in my mind of this point now, like, raw. Am I going back to that another city? You sure what I'm saying? Because I know you don't want to use me for my skills.
Okay.
Sure what I'm saying? So, like, do I just want to just do me? You get where I'm coming from? That was my decision. Like, do what I've known and I thought was me in the area, or just, like you said, just be yourself in it. So, this was the point where I said, I'm going to, as a person, find my positive, find who I am. I'm going to build on that for me. You get me? Whether it meant starting from, like you said, from scratch. So
you basically set your head on it, like, this is it now, I'm going to do me, and this is where I'm doing it, Nuts.
Cool.
Okay, so.
Certain places, certain times, you meet with people.
Mad powers.
Get me? I went down this road, I went down that road, I had to reverse a couple of times. It was mad, but I met a lot of people throughout this city that are not really in that way inclined, because before, like you said, 2012, no one didn't know me. I've been there since 2005. Get me? So I met so many people.
Find dating.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and I noticed the difference that when the big thing is for me with that music video is when people started to perceive me in that way, the amount of people that dropped off me. You know where I'm coming from? The amount of people I'm like, okay, you're a pagan.
Do you know what? You know, like, I don't even know. Obviously, you see when I says, yeah, like, I know that's where I picked you up from. I didn't really want you to go too far back into London and that, because I don't know if you've already done that, but that's what, like, obviously from where we met, like I said, that video, so I don't know if you want to put a little clip of your little thing up where you're spitting in there so they can see the picture of it, innit? See what I'm saying? But yeah, go back to it, my G.
Yeah, so obviously from there, I've needed to see who I was around and what was going on, get me? I had the right keys by now, right footsteps, so I was able to be guided around the city and do whatever I needed to do.
So then you could pick up your own tools and think, right, I want to do this now.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like, where you're coming from.
Yeah, definitely.
I get you still.
And it wasn't even a music thing at first, because you know what, to be honest, me and man them had spoken about making a video. We were shooting a video out in the front when I was living in Meds. When I first met certain man, like started rolling with certain man, it's like, yeah, boom, boom, boom. Realised that they're a younger generation than me. For most people, they don't know this either. You get me? Most people see me around, people will think, yeah, he's just, get me, they're confused. But yeah, a lot of these people are younger generation to me. So with the younger generation, even though we share the same mentality, a lot of us didn't. And I still knew that if I was growing, they definitely was growing. Do you know where I'm coming from? So not to take anything away from anyone, because some of my younger brothers are a bit more smarter than me. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like, they're more advanced with this thing than I am. They're more able to think. Like, do you get where I'm coming from? It's a new world.
Every layer underneath is just learning from my mistakes. Don't think they're not watching, bro.
See what I'm saying? So at the same time, it was humbling for me to be around people and hear them spitting, boom, boom, boom. And I said, yeah, I must have made a track. Get me, from my cousin, and I said, yeah, boom, I want to make a story video of it, what happened, and get me. And then man was like, yeah, this time he was using my brethren's camera, like, fam. Like, you know, you have to buy a couple batteries and all them fuckery. So yeah, the feeling was there, the emotions was there, but we didn't really have the right tools at the time, boom, boom. So we just kind of left it, you get me? But
so what area was this?
This was Meds. So yeah, for me, that definitely was where I feel, like you said, set the mark. But for a lot of people might have thought, yeah, this is where he is now, this is who he is, or they don't know and they're inquiring, but it wasn't really a set the mark thing. It was like the man them was in the kitchen and came up with something. What
you mean when man put the stamp, basically like what I said earlier, when I've associated you with an area now. Even though you're not originally from Nottingham, you've come down, you said you was in bare different areas, but man them really put the stamp on, like I said, man them put the stamp on you when they seen you, you get me, in the certain areas flagging, man them said, oh, my man's from Meadows, even though I didn't even know you was in it, that's what I'm saying, so I couldn't. That's where he got his stamps from.
Come on.
In the wrong, you get me, for the wrong reasons, in the wrong, you get me? He's not even from this town, a man are giving him the stamp. What man giving this?
Do you get where I'm coming from?
Carry on then.
So that's kind of helped me, it's catapulted me even more. You see what I'm saying? That's why I always felt
But that could have blocked you as well.
It still does, it has, its good and bad.
You know what it is?
It has its good and bad.
You got real guys, and who are down for the cause regardless. You know what it is? I can't even explain to certain people who wouldn't understand. Like, I've got little cousins and little brothers, and I tell them, yo, you see the bad man now? Most of the bad man who I know who have done certain realness, that man are trying to fix up the streets. No matter which town I go to, most man are trying to, they're not promoting the bad man's here. So why on a man on this bad man thing? Because the bad man's not even on the bad man thing. So you know where I'm coming from? It's like, it's not needed. You don't need to, like, use them are thinking that it's a thing what they need to be, but you don't need to be, you can be you. You know what I'm saying? And still be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, Yeah,
Well
man.
done. Yeah, I'm glad like this, you know, I could actually say that and people know that from that aspect, because I know that for myself and obviously others that was with me in it on certain parts of my journey. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying, but it really does fascinate me how people have only their ideology about something or about someone.
Like I says,
it takes time in it to build on.
Like I says, man putting a stamp on you in a postcode, like a postcode war times.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
man have heard his journey, yo. He's not even visioning. You got me? You didn't even mean to stop here. Then now you've landed in a town where you didn't even mean to stop in. And man is saying, yo, you're associated with, for instance, let's say it was London, you're in Peckham gang, because you was in a video with Peckham, man. Now man is saying you're that gang, or you got me? But now man is saying you're medals, man, because you got what I'm saying, so. Yeah, bruv, it could have blackballed you, bruv.
It could have, I suppose it could have, but I haven't.
But
I've never been around.
Obviously, real man don't watch that.
Facts,
You know what I'm saying?
facts,
So,
and I've never been around people with that mentality.
Like I says, the realest man them are trying to fix up the thing. So real man them always been the soul.
Yeah, facts.
Whatever card move they're the general, so the followers will follow. So when the general makes that card move, the followers always follow because they're sheep anyway.
Right,
you see what I'm saying? Like, it's gone through history. Certain tunes of interlink from man them from this end and that end, and then look, no one's not saying nothing because it's the goat in your end. You can't tell my, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it boils down to. But that could have blackballed you in a bad way still.
Yeah, it could have.
You know what I'm saying? And it could have probably still had a little effect with certain man them around it still.
It still does.
It could still be associated with that still till today, bro. But carry on. And like you said, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, but I'm sure you could.
You take it for
it's a blessing, and it could have worked off bad as well.
Yeah, because I learned to take things for what.
Why was it a
blessing?
blessing? Then that's where you was going. There.
So, like for me, why it was a blessing is because at the same time, this was a point of my growth. When I was so called that, this was when I was a father, freshly a father of a child. You get me? My daughter was born 2-9. You see what I'm saying? So around people and energy that I shared, like we had that moment to come up with that verse or that track. Do you see what I'm saying? That was put together in the kitchen. Where I'm coming from.
You know what it sounds like to me, bro? Not even musically. It sounds like that was your comfort zone. Once you found that little area and then the man.
Nah, because you know what? R.I.P. my brother, just JJ. I got love for him, man. That's my guy, and he's from Raddy. And you know what? Times like I'll be leaving Med and going Raddy. I'll be in Kennington. You see what I'm saying? I'll be jamming on Kennington. Come on.
That's my cousin.
Come on. You see what I'm saying?
So,
Gone to Nana's house and chilling at Nana's house and them things there. Nana's making us food and them things. Come on, fam, it's deep. You see what I'm saying? I run deep in these streets, and that's why, like, I feel sometimes comfortable enough to say I'm road. Like, I am road. You know what I'm saying? I am pavement, fam. Because I run, and there's so much roots out there with me that, yeah, man, I miss JJ so much.
You've already been in all the elements in the pocket,
cool.
so yeah.
You know where I'm coming from? I miss JJ. That's my guy. You know me? So
from the tune,
from that tune there, I started to really see, like I said, some people drop off and people change, and like people, you get me? I started to experience all that, and we're like, oh, okay, this was the bad energy and the people that I didn't need, and you get where I'm coming from.
Okay.
So yeah, I built from there still, and then what I feel was like, because my daughter was down there she still stayed down there for a while. I left 14, and about that 13, 14, just when I met you.
Yeah,
just when I met
before you met me, and like I said, I seen you on that video. How did you even get in on that tune?
Right.
How did you even, like, remember, your life was just coming from a train, you got your bag. How did you even get into the studio with these man? You get me? Like, who did you even know to even get in? You can't just come to my size and just walk in the studio with man.
Yeah, fam.
Do you know what I'm saying? You don't just try it like that. So,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man,
my things, but remember, again, my things feel, because it's been quiet, because I've known people I've been there for time, fam. Because I've had the branches before, it doesn't feel like I'm just walking up in a man's studio. Because like I said, that
so
link
what, you
was
built
through
a barrier with somebody then?
Yeah, all over. You see what I'm saying? All over. Because I already had connections all over. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, while my daughter was down there and I was living down there, yeah, man came up with, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So then, boom, man made a track. About a year later from the track, man lives in Raddy. You get me?
Okay.
You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
And I've always said to myself, there's certain places in Nuts that remind me of home. And Raddy is definitely
Similar
top.
to London.
Yeah,
Definitely.
you know where I'm coming from.
It's
Facts.
like that one road, it just reminds you
That
of
one
the high
road,
fam.
That
one
fam.
Alfreton road is
Cool.
like the high road to on the
Cool,
man. And
especially night time, fam.
because it's got
late.
so much, obviously, black people them on that road, yeah, it's just, you feel comfortable there, innit?
You know where I'm coming from.
I know what London is, you got me. Obviously you got pretty side and you got the rugged side, and that's where man start, you got what I'm saying? So you like to be around the ghetto environment, you know? So that's why you thought home there.
Yeah, so, yeah, boom. Fucking what? I think all this time when I was making tracks with what the people would call them, man, I was living in Raddy. Walking up and down Alfreton Road. You see what I'm saying? And it shows because it is a blessing to me. It is something that I was favoured to do, because at the end of the day, how many times up and down that strip and I never met a certain person yet? Because it wasn't that time to meet him.
Let me show you something. You didn't even need to have this conversation to the people them. I could have sat down here with my man and just like done all this between us, you got what I'm saying? But obviously for the love, you got me, for my brethren is trying to, you got what I'm saying, it's come from a mad journey, you got what I'm saying, to here today, to be now sitting in the car, building, trying to change yourself, do yourself good, you got me, do this YouTube thing. So press that like and subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? And support my guy, cause he's come from a long way and he's here now in the UK. Come from, you know what I'm saying, this corner to that corner, and he's been in the streets, and he's down there now in Nottingham. He's in the streets. He's been around. You know what I'm saying? So I can vouch for that. You know what I'm saying? So for you to even doing that is you got me doing this now is a good thing. So this is a blessing for the you got me YouTube car. These are the things that obviously man them want to, they didn't want to know, but it's good to know. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.